small group area. So you might need 1 or 2 small group areas depending on your student population, the activities that you're going to be doing. And this can, again, look very different based on the needs of your classroom, the furniture that you have in your classroom space. But in small group, you'll address things like academics, where you're going to do the bulk of your teaching. Structured play and communication can be done in that area. You can even teach social skills in a small group area. Here are some examples of small group areas. Horseshoe tables work great for small groups. However, not every teacher has access to one, so use what you have. If you have a round table, or you have a square table, or you have a rectangle table, those can all work for small group areas as well. Here are some tips and tricks for organizing materials. Be sure that materials are organized and stored in the area where they will be used. So I don't know how often I, in my early years of teaching, would sit down at the table ready to teach math and realize that, oh man, that one thing I need is across the room, and I've got to leave this little group of students to go over there. And there's a real good chance that when I walk across the room, they're all going to get up and be in several different areas before I come back. Of course, once I've taught that behavior and I've reinforced it and students are in routines, that chance is much less likely. But at the beginning of the year, I could not afford to leave them at the table to be going and finding materials during instructional times. So having those materials prepared and in the area where they're going to be used saves so much time in the long run. Data collection is also an important part of small group instruction. So keeping your data collection system easy to access. Once again, it could be in a notebook or a binder like we talked about before, could be on clipboards like in this example. So however you choose to organize your data, do what works best for you, but keep it easy and readily accessible to you. That's the suggestion I have for tips and tricks there. And then in the bottom right, the clipboard colors correspond with the color assigned to each student. So you might, sorry, not the bottom right, in the middle, those clipboard colors, like maybe Becky is yellow. So I know that every time I take data for Becky, I'm going to go get the yellow clipboard. So some students in some classrooms, for some teachers, that works. I usually had more students than I could come up with colors. So I wasn't able to use a color coding system, or wasn't creative enough to come up with a variety of colors beyond the 5 or 6 that were readily available. So it didn't work for me, but it might work for you. And that is a great organization system if it does. In the picture on the bottom right, you can see just some book boxes with student materials organized, which is another quick, easy way to do it.